welcome to the Canadian Women in Ocean Industries Leadership Conference 2023. My name is Kelly, and we are here with the Diversity in the Blue Economy podcast with Association of Gale Force Wins. And we have the wonderful Luke MacIsaac here, who is actually one of my what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, like
student. I was about to say student colleagues, but
yeah, like that works. Yeah,
yeah, student colleagues. Yeah. Pretty much. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm 24. I'm in communication studies with Kelly here. Wonderful job, by the way, like crazy. And I am a long-term romantic partner of somebody in this field, and it's really important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And with communications and everything else, how do you think social media and the communications industry can really uplift the ocean industry?
There's several ways. There are so many good opportunities in our messaging, in our symbology, in our signage. And I think these days what we want to convey to the public is there is this place for you. And we don't just want you, we need you. But we need that to trickle down into organizations. And I think that's where the disconnect is starting from.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important that we all have a representation, a seat at the table, as most people have been saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been wonderful. Is there anything you're working on currently with school, career-wise, that you're excited about?
Yeah, so I'm currently working with a organization locally who does a bit with marine life. That's freshwater, but they do some quite wonderful ground roots work. They're turtle retirement villa. So yeah, we're doing some possible logo work on that maybe. Other than that, just kind of mainly research and trying to get the word out about communication organizations so we can get more seats at the table, especially racialized voices, definitely the African Canadian and international community specifically, because I think that's really important in our mandate, because we want to bring those people to the table like you guys have been all day.
Yes, exactly. And you recently were a part of the communications conference that we had. Yeah. I would love to hear about your presentation that you did.
Yeah, so basically the presentation in short was talking about ways that we can be more democratic with our public education and how surveillance needs to be understood. Free exchange of ideas, those kind of things, looking at enterprise surveillance within educational infrastructure. So, if we can read emails, like how might that affect research moving forward? Could that affect labor issues? So those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you think that kind of presentation that you did ties into the ocean industry? Yeah,
so there's a few ways, but the main one is really research-based, right? When we have our data from a university, say, held on an enterprise software solution like Google Education for universities, that data is held out of state in the United States, which means that there are considerations researchers should be making when they're cataloging their findings. If that's going to be on your Google Doc, maybe consider putting it to Word, because we are trying to be on the leading edge of the world stage for oceans, and right now we are not at that point, but we can be. Mm-hmm. But in order to do that, we need good data security, and we need good minds. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important that when advertising and especially the communications work of the social media, blog posts, all of those good things, that we get those voices out, and I think both of us are doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so as well. Yeah. So, what are you? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here for the conference.
Yeah. So, my partner, Jada Jasmine Jones, was on here earlier. Only graduate of the Naval Ocean Architectural Engineering program for 2023 as an international student and a racialized person. She has worked I can't fathom. Like to describe that would be like describing Homer's Odyssey, right? It's quite amazing, and I want to continue to support her and people like her. You know, we're hoping maybe in the next 15 to 20 years starting up scholarships so that people from the Caribbean can attend events like these and can participate in, you know, the superclusters in the blue economy and learn about it, because right now they don't know about it.
Yeah, exactly. And the people who are there deserve just as much of that information, education, and opportunities as much as anyone else.
And that's where there's an opportunity for growth. I know project engineers who graduated in 2012. I know people who just graduated and in between. And the complaints are still the same around, you know, equity, especially in terms of co-op competitions and, you know, bits of hiring and bits of unconscious bias. So I'm really excited to, you know, see those conversations start to unfold, hopefully at the university level, the local vendor level, and hopefully a national level.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate your help here today, of course. And the way you're so supportive of the whole initiative here today. What are some things that you're hopeful for the future?
Yeah, I'm hopeful to perhaps continue with this conference even if I'm not directly in Newfoundland next year. I'm hoping to find some sailors who are out there, because I knew a couple from MI, I knew a couple from the Coast Guard, and your seat is needed at the table. Like if we're going to change things, we need men to step up, because you know, we can go to conferences, we can listen, and we can forget about it, but we need to support our allies in this industry, because we're a team, and we want to grow whatever we're working on.
Yes, absolutely, and that's the most important thing, is grabbing all communities together and uplifting each other, which is the most important. Yes.
Yeah,
uplifting.
Definitely.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Luke.
Yeah, it's always a
pleasure. This wonderful conversation and your help today with the conference.
Always. I love every second of it.
Yes, thank you very much.